So we're talking today about neutralization reactions. So remember that a neutralization reaction is an acid plus a base produces water and a salt. And salt is just another name for an ionic compound. So it doesn't just mean sodium chloride, table salt, it's any ionic compound. We call that a salt. So if I had, we'll just start super easy, hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide, classic acid-base combo. That's going to make water. So notice that the H and the OH combine together to make water. Water is like HOH. So what's left over is the Na and the Cl. We always write the metal first, and then since it's ionic, you need to check the charges. So I check my charges and I find out that sodium has a +1 charge, chlorine has a -1 charge. Those are good. They're balanced. We don't need to do anything more. So that's a pretty easy one. And then I go through and check and make sure my equation is balanced. So that's just my skeleton. And I'm going to go through and balance the equation. So I've got 1, 2 H's, 1, 2 H's, 1 Cl, 1 Cl, 1 Na, 1 Na. We're good. So this whole thing, if I wanted to write in 1, 1, 1, 1, it's all balanced. It's easy peasy. So let's try a diprotic acid. So let's say I've got sulfuric acid, and we'll react that with sodium hydroxide. We'll keep the sodium hydroxide. Forms H2O, and, okay, so again, the H's and the OH's. I don't care how many H's and OH's there are. If it helps you, just cover up the H's and the OH's. What's left over is the sodium and the sulfate. So the H's and the OH's are going to combine to make water. It doesn't matter how many there are. We're going to balance the equation later. Just know that they make water. Check my charges. Sodium's +1. Sulfate is -2. So that means I'm going to need 2 sodiums to balance out my sulfate. And then I need to balance the whole equation. So I've got 1 sodium, 2 sodium. So automatically I know I'm going to need 2 sodium hydroxides. 1 sulfate, so that's good. I don't want to add any more sulfuric acids, but I know I'm going to have to balance out this water C. So I've got 4 hydrogens, put another 2 there, 4 hydrogens, and I've got 2 oxygens, 2 oxygens. So 1, 2, 2, 1. So remember, an acid plus a base gives us water and a salt. The hydrogens and the hydroxides combine together to form water. Don't worry about how many waters until you balance it at the end. Just take the hydrogens that are out front, so all the hydrogens out front, all the hydroxides that are to the right, because the hydroxides are the anion, they make water. And then you just make the ionic compound with whatever cation and anion are left over. Sometimes in this case, that's just an element, and then sometimes it's a polyatomic ion. So you might have to look at the front of your sheet to check the charges, or you might have to look at the back to check the charges. But make sure you do have that periodic table out because you're going to need it. And that's writing neutralization reactions.